It's Saturday morning, 1984. I'm up early, and I'm ready for some TV. At 9 a.m., I'm starting with the 4th season of one of the best ever, Smurfs. This is actually the most recognizable intro of all of the Smurfs intros throughout the 80s. It was also the last season where they dealt with slightly darker tones and subject matter. From season 5 on, the network really pressured the producers to tone things down and make it even more kid-friendly. At 10 a.m., I'm switching over to ABC for the one and only season of Dragon's Lair. This is one of the many video game to cartoon adaptations that was made after the explosion and success of the Pac-Man cartoon a few years earlier. Before I get to my next one, I just wanted to mention that if you guys are enjoying my content and you want to leave a tip, in my bio there's a Linktree link that'll lead to a tip jar. I'd really appreciate it, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Anyway, at 10:30, I'm heading over to CBS for yet another video game to cartoon adaptation, Pole Position.
You are the secret force of Pole Position.
They're moving real fast, they're the only ones who can get there on time.
Okay, sis.
This cartoon actually had a lot less in common with the game it was based on than a lot of the popular live-action super vehicle shows at the time like Knight Rider and Airwolf.
What's behind
wheels? Hovercraft, quick!
What's behind this?
At 11 a.m., I'm sticking on CBS for one of my favorite cartoons of the 80s, the second season of Dungeons and Dragons.
The Dungeons and Dragons ride! Wow, neat!
Give me a break.
What's happening?
I love this show so much, but at the same time, the finale was so frustrating because they never got home. In reality, the producers had written a final episode called Requiem that was supposed to resolve the story, but the show got canceled before they could make the episode. In recent years, the script for this episode was actually released online, and in 2020, some fans actually took that script and using old footage from the show, they actually created that final episode and resolved the story. I don't want to give it away, but you can find it on YouTube.
There is no escape from the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
At 11:30, I'm heading over to ABC for the second season of The Littles.
Here come the Littles, always running to and fro. One day when Henry went away, the Littles fell inside the suitcase.
This is actually the last season where their adventures would take place around the big household before they set off traveling the world with adventures the next season.
You can't stop the Littles 'cause the Littles don't stop.
At 12 noon, I'm heading over to NBC for the very short-lived Going Bananas.
I was doing nothing, just minding my own business when it hit me.
This is a pretty weird show about an orangutan called Roxana Banana that got zapped by a flying saucer and given superpowers. Probably the most notable thing about it is that one of the supporting characters was played by a young James Avery, who would go on a few years later to become Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince, as well as voice Shredder in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. And finally, at 12:30, I'm closing out my morning with one of my all-time favorites, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Iceman and Firestar.
So that was my morning. Do you guys agree with my picks? Let me know. And again, if you want a tip, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends.